Greetings everyone, my name is For Extraordinaire, and we are getting back into Humankind, this time with episode 2 as we continue to explore this strange foreign jungle wasteland. It's kind of a mishmash of coffee, cocoa, incense, forest, all these strange creatures, and of course, now our scout who is exploring it. So we have a lot of territory last episode. Or territory to explore. We haven't claimed too much territory. We have our settlement of Byblos, which is our current capital, and then Fekad, I believe it's pronounced, or Furkad, which is our bustling new outpost here. And I think we also wanted to get some kind of city up and running soon once we get 160 influence down. But for the time being, I think we want to get a few more outposts out up and running. And then I think this episode I want to try to explore some of the more deeper mechanics. And then after that, hopefully we can start transitioning and transcending to the classical era. All right, let's go grab that. And there will be a bit of backtracking because this is about a turn behind. That's just how Humankind saves things. So I guess you save and then it keeps it auto saves the very last turn you had. So everything's not exactly up to date. So let's go ahead and we're going to skip irrigation. We don't have too many rivers. I think we want to go capitalize on sailing. This is even the recommended tech. And then try out the buy more at it. We also want to start capitalizing on science, though we do have this buyout option for power investor. And you invest in a resource depot. If no extractor exists, then one will be created instantly. And then you share money with the owner as well. So we can... This is very different. The last time I experimented with this with the Nubians, you had like some kind of cash overflow. It was very, very different. So I guess you just instantly build some kind of extractor on a luxury resource here. So that could be interesting to kind of experiment with. Unfortunately, there's no luxuries in our capital right now, though I will be kind of trying to experiment and see just what we can grab up with some of our scouts over here. And our warrior, of course. Okay, so what exactly would be a good region to start expanding to first and plopping down our outpost? Okay, these guys keep attacking us. I don't know if it's just because of how the AI acts, but I noticed they've been very, very aggressive. What are the Myceneans trying to do? We met them last episode, and
how you doing,
okay, she's friendly with us. She just said, "How are you doing?" And she's also open and trusting. So one of the few AIs that I've met here that have actually not been complete assholes, funnily enough. But I guess we'll just have to see how she reacts. So she offered to trade luxuries. She bought some of our silk, and we haven't kind of begun to exchange maps yet or open borders. So I think a non-aggression pact might be a good idea. Okay, and I think she's accepted that. Okay, that's great, even though she is a bit of a militarist. So that's wonderful. Hopefully she doesn't start attacking our scouts or resume attacking our scouts. I'm going to let this guy continue to explore. I think it's fine to put him on like auto explore. So let's just go ahead and turn that on. There we go. So you're fine there, and I'm just going to send my warrior back to the capital and try to create some kind of outpost over here with this new frontier. Let's also grab this... Curiosity, what are we going to get? Okay, science and influence, just what we need to kind of boost our sailing tech there. I think we shaved off like 2 turns. And then I'll also send you to continue exploring this beautiful, beautiful jungle over here. Yeah, the terrain in this game is just so varied, though. Speaking of terrain, we have some fairly unforgiving terrain over here in the capital of Byblos. We've been losing pops left and right. So I think that's in part due to the lack of a haven. So I want to move this up and prioritize it if I can. I'll just buy out this pottery workshop. Get some more influence while we're at it, and then hopefully we can buy out the haven fairly soon. As we get closer and closer to completing it, the gold cost will of course scale down. Okay, we have a new offer. Okay, I'm fine with open trading, thank you. Always a good sign. And let's also just continue pushing you down here. Man, the scouts have a lot of movement. Okay, these guys have a ton of movement. Alrighty, and still we've only found these guys, so it's going to be interesting to see just how... they interact with some of their other neighbors. Okay, curiosity there. Looks like we have some plains out to the east, and we just have a ton of territory to colonize. So I think we'll try to create some kind of barrier of entry, maybe over here near the rivers, and then we can just kind of block them off over here. I'm not too interested in this region over here, the snow. They can honestly have it. I don't like snowy starts whatsoever in any 4X games. They usually tend to be quite barren. I think even if you turn on the yield tiles over here, you'll just be able to see it's not showing anything here. I think it only shows the exploited tiles in the capitals. But you can just see there's like no yields whatsoever. At least in our capital we have some exploitation going on, especially with the mountains helping us with our production. Anyhow, I won't go on too big of a tangent, but let's just put down an outpost up here I think this is a very defensible position right up on, there's a redoubt. Okay, must be some barbarians. I don't remember seeing that from the open beta. So once we get that redoubt cleared, we should be able to set up an outpost, or set up an outpost and clear out that redoubt. And then we should be able to start sealing off some of our territory, capping it off, so to say. Okay, man, we are just losing tons of pops. Okay, we need to get that haven up immediately, because that is not a good sign at all. I'm going to actually move you. Okay, you're going to grow. Next turn, I'm going to move one of those pops into production so we can start pumping out some food. Because the haven provides plus 10 food due to some of its strategic positioning, I think, where it is currently. So once we get that up and running right here, it should be able to hopefully get some good stuff out for us. And there's some science. Okay, so let's buy this out, get us some more food. And now that we have our first harbor, we are going to be exploiting the nearby tiles, thankfully. Looks like it's even extending beyond the base range here. So we're going to get some gold, some food, and that should be all good. Okay. So now that we have that down, I think I'll continue. Yeah, I'll just put you here. I'll probably put you on auto explore as well if I can. There we go. And then you should be good. Okay, so they collected that curiosity. Let's put down an outpost right over here. Okay, that's not too bad. Plus 12 food, plus 6 production. And then there looks to be an independent tribe over here. And then one is starting to settle over here. So there's an encampment first, one of the first stages of a independent people or tribe. And then I believe that evolves once trade routes start to go through it. It becomes a trading post. And then eventually a independent tribe like Dur Kurigalzu. Ooh, animal magic. Okay, we're doing some sorcery over here. Apparently we can't conjure any food, but we can fuck around with cats and ferrets, interestingly enough. Anyhow, as the harvest season draws close, the common folk are worried. With many farms scattered across the empire, last year an infestation of rodents, largely rats and mice, plundered granaries. However, rumors have it that one enterprising village mitigated the problem by using cats, but you also know that sailors use a new kind of predator named a ferret. Okay, I'm more of a ferret person than a cat. Okay, apparently ferrets are more progressive and cats are more traditional. Interesting. I would consider dogs more traditional, but I guess since ferrets are kind of new and cats are older, I guess it's really just how you view things. I guess cats are more traditional compared to dogs, but dogs are more traditional compared to cats. It's just how that scaling works. So let's go ahead and build some kind of farm. I do want to get one over here because the nearby tiles for the grassland will be exploited by the farming quarter over here, and then after that, actually we should probably just get started on the horse ranch and then finish the fishery here for the +3 food on the harbor, which is going to give us a huge boost. Okay, we are getting one in science, and then that should help our tech speed up rapidly. So actually, since we have one guy in science, I am going to move you over here. I do want to help get our population up and running. That's going to speed up the population growth by 50%. Turn 6 turns into 3, and then now that this outpost is built, the outpost of Montuno, let's go ahead and collect. What is it? We had a readout, didn't we? Okay, apparently it was cleared out. So let's go collect that first, and then we can go ahead and circle back and possibly colonize this region over here. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just not too interested in some of the regions over here. So one is claimed by an independent tribe, and then this one is kind of. There's another independent tribe too. Interesting. It just apparently popped up. So with independent tribes, speaking of trying to get into talking about more of the unique mechanics, you can actually buy influence over here or spend. Well, you can. I should say you can influence them by buying it out with your own influence, or you can pay them gold. And you can even start assimilating them once you have created enough favor with them. And they even have their own specific traits, kind of like the AI. So if they're more peaceful and they have more of a zenith, actually that's just them having a city. But if they're more peaceful and less militaristic, they're probably going to appreciate you being more progressive and maybe less authoritarian. And then if they're more militaristic, they might appreciate more authority and more tradition, just kind of how that thing works out. So let's go move over there, grab that. We also have something over here, actually. I'm going to grab that first. There you go. And we have a new deal. I don't think so, not yet. I don't want to have her sending in a few of her troops through my open borders, so not just yet, but I appreciate the proposal. And we also have an independent tribe in the city, or settling the city of Avarice. I do not appreciate that. and they are also violent, so that is not going to be too good. I didn't even notice that. So it looks like we need to be even faster with some of our outpost creation. That is a bit unfortunate. Okay, so move over here, grab that, and give us some science and culture. And then after that, we can pivot you back over there. And then now I just want to use you to kind of poke around, investigate this little tribe over here, and then see just what is going on exactly. Okay, we also have another little curiosity to explore too. So let's grab this, and then after we get some of that gold, thank you very much. 40 is nothing to scoff at. I think I'm going to go check back over the city and see. Okay, still 6 turns on the fishery since we are working towards growing our pops. So I think we might want to get animal barns since we are going to get some extra food from the horse resource there. Okay, urgent affairs. Okay, and now we have our first civic for Empire Foundation. These are very, very important, and they differentiate themselves from civs because you can civ system because unlike civ, you unlock civics with tech. And I think with Humankind, you unlock some civics through tech, but you can also get them through events. And most importantly, you need to spend influence on civics. So they're more like laws, kind of comparable to EU4's mechanics more so than Civ 6's mechanics. So I think currently we don't have any faith going for us right now. We have tons of influence generating for us passively, at least relatively speaking. So I think I might want to actually go ahead and get some kind of... Show me my civics. Okay, we can get that, founding myths or legitimacy. Interesting. I think I first want to get this one out. Let's go ahead and get the create outpost cost cheaper because we are trying to save influence to build cities. And then for this one, let's go ahead and get the +3 faith. So we're going to balance out for cheaper outposts so we spend less influence. But we're also going to get some faith on our territory so we can start generating religion earlier, which hopefully buffs us even further. Okay, +13. We did spend a bit of influence there. Interesting. Okay, so you should be going over here fairly soon. And looks like we were being attacked by these barbarians. Filthy, filthy barbarians. Alright, I'm going to turn you off auto-explore. I want to send you back over here because I think we've explored just enough of this continent. So let's just go back here, go over to the curiosity, and then start kind of exploring more back over here. Okay, end our turn. And I wonder... Okay, looks like these guys have spearmen, so... Okay, and they're already fighting us. Let's retreat here. And then I hope we can at least build some kind of army to take this city, because I will not tolerate an independent tribe so close to my capital. They've stirred up stuff in the past, and the fact that they're violent is very, very concerning. So, or at least, I mean, not these people specifically, but I've had very bad encounters with some of the independent tribes in the past. So let me move my warrior back over to the capital here. And, okay, he's avoiding that city, thankfully. And then after that, I want to move this guy back over here, and hopefully... Actually, I can probably move him over here and claim some territory. And then once we do that, hopefully we can start capitalizing on... Okay, terror of the bovines. Start capitalizing on the independent tribe. Okay, so the empire is mired in tradition and beholden to the past, but no city is more unenlightened than the metropolis of Byblos. In the superstitious place, metropolis, it has like 3 people. In the superstitious place where hearsay and myths run wild, farmyard animals are now being put on trial for crimes. Alright, apparently we are not as progressive as we thought. After a herd of cattle were sentenced to be burnt on a pyre for conspiring against the empire, one wealthy landowner has had enough. Now he petitions for you to intervene. Okay, well maybe this is the ferret's doing. I don't know. Okay, so we can concur. We can scorch Byblos. Or we can scorch the heretics, or we can overturn and save... Okay, actually, so concur, we agree with the killing of the cows. We don't really need faith. We do need food. Okay, and we could scorch for science. Let's go ahead and overturn. We do need some of that food for the capital of Byblos over here. And then we have 3 people. We should be getting, okay, thanks to that food, another pop in 4 turns. So that should be very, very helpful. And then after that, I do want to get another outpost down and start really making use of the luxury resources here. Okay, speaking of which, do we have any here? Okay, that coffee is just out of reach. Unfortunate. Though if we do claim this region over here, we can get some of this incense, or the silk. So I think I'll move you over here, hopefully, if I can get you to this turn. Okay, next turn, and then you should probably be able to claim some of this territory over here. Okay, we'll probably move you over there. We're actually over there. Although that's going to take quite a while. Okay, next, I think we'll take City Defense. That is going to be the cheapest tech. Get some warriors out. Funny that we were actually able to get warriors from tribal huts before we actually researched how to wield swords and train our own warriors. Interesting. I'll take the share maps suggestion. I do want to see if there's any other neighbors. Okay, there are not. So apparently we are fairly isolated here. We have some independent tribes that are kind of messing around. And we have the Avaris over here. Okay, these guys are very, very annoying. I'm just trying to get back and you're already attacking me. Ugh. Alright. Anyhow, I think I'll continue sending my warrior back here. Alright, there you go. And this independent tribe is mucking around in my homeland. Definitely not something I approve of. Okay. So next turn we should have enough influence to start building that city up, which is going to be very, very useful. Looks like that turn shortened down. And we have, okay, things are looking up. We have a discovery on our path to that river there. But yeah, okay, I'm fine with this city right here. I'm just waiting for the influence next turn. And then after that, I think we should be set. Okay, let's just try to skirt around this bear. Hopefully he doesn't notice us. We are in the forest, so we have some coverage. Okay, city defense researched. Okay, and I accidentally stumbled upon the bear. Okay, so we just are having terrible, terrible luck in today's episode. But thankfully, we do have our religion, so let's go ahead and start looking at some of our religious mechanics. We have +1 faith per pop, and +5 faith per number of attached territories. I think I'll go with polytheism because we aren't having a particularly populous city situation right now, or at least with settlements. We have not that much grassland available to us, so I think the attached territories is probably a better idea. Though the food from this haven is pretty good, though I think I'll just take attached territories for the moment. Alright, let's get our science right here. Irrigation, masonry, forced labor, stoneworks. Okay, let's go to get stoneworks because we're going to get a ton of production from these mountains we're working. Okay, we can end our turn, and then since we do have the animal barns coming up, that should be able to really boost us forward with our population. Okay, so how are these guys feeling towards us?
Are you wine or are you vinegar?
They're hesitant. Okay, they're unsure of our intention, so that is not too good. Though we do have a non-aggression pact, so I hope that at least keeps the peace for a little bit. Though we probably should start training some warriors. The reason I'm hesitant for that is just because we really don't have too many resources at our disposal with our low pop. So I'm really crossing my fingers that the animal barns start changing things for us. And we have another Aerostar. So we need 7 Aerostars. We have 2 already, and we have 1 from Trading Pioneers, +2 money. Actually, that's the legacy bonus. We have 1 from the Scientist Stars, and then we have 1 from Agrarian Stars for population. So we're not doing too bad for population, though we could use some more investment into that. So let's go, speaking of investment, let's buy the animal barns right now. Okay, our population growth is speeding up, and then we could probably use a holy site fairly soon. And a bireme wouldn't be a bad idea either. You know, let's go ahead and buy a bireme. And then after that, I think we should probably start on a holy site. And then we'll use this holy site to kind of extend since it'll be expanding. I think it'll allow us to work some of the nearby districts. We can use that to then put down a farm here and start kind of expanding there. Okay, since we can't reach that with a farm is what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, now I think I want you to continue moving over here. Hopefully, okay, there are some bears over there. Crap. I was hoping he had moved. Looks like there's 2 bears. Okay, hopefully we can skirt around him. And let me see here. Okay, you're almost at your destination. Quickly move over here. And then we just need 1 more turn, and hopefully these guys aren't too... Okay, they're already starting to claim some outposts near us. Okay, these guys... I was going to say, hopefully they aren't too ambitious, but they're already rapidly expanding, so we have to be pretty careful with them. Okay, let me send you back here. I don't know what he's doing mucking around back here. Send you back over there. We have a warrior here, and then we have our scout. Okay, we have another warrior here. So apparently I trained this guy. I don't know where I'm getting these warriors. Okay, let me move you here, though, as soon as we can. Okay, plop down this outpost. That would also be a good spot. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take the I'm going to do something different for once and take the recommended outpost over here. I want it to be kind of central to the whole region. I don't really plan on merging these two, so I'll go ahead and plop that down there. And we also are getting some gold from that. Okay, so now we've kind of, I think, accomplished today's episode. The goal for today's episode, we have created a little border between us and the Myceneans here. Looks like there's also, yeah, some unclaimed tundra left. But I think the main goal, maybe perhaps for tomorrow's episode, is going to be starting to tame these guys. Looks like there's even some independent tribes over here. So they're already creating quite a bit of trouble for us. Okay. We're still working on that. That's going to be 11 turns. So I think we'll go ahead and kind of stick through with that. We might want to move one guy towards production here. Okay, that's going to shave off 2 turns. And then how many turns can we shave off? 8. Okay, I think that we'll just move one person over. We'll get one guy on the money, and then possibly, if we get one more pop there, we'll get someone for, what am I thinking of? We'll get someone for science. Okay, so now we have 180 science. So I think we'll start this population, turn it into a, turn this outpost into a city. So there we go, the city of Sidon. And now that we have Sidon, let's go ahead and get some quarters up before we start kind of investing on infrastructure more. Okay, +7, +7, +3. How is our industry looking? +7, +9. Okay, let's get some industry up for some early production. And then after that, I do want to get my haven down so I can start exploiting some of the nearby coastal waters. +12 food and +8 gold is pretty damn good. Let's actually move you up there. And then I'm just kind of hurrying through with the haven placement, because as you advance through the eras, you cannot build older unique districts or unique quarters, as they're called in the game. So you have to be a bit careful when you skirt around kind of later in the game when you start placing when you start placing, I should clarify, when you start placing some of the unique districts down and you're ending your era, if you are in the middle of building that unique district, it will be canceled. So I just have to be very, very careful with that, because it can be a bit of a waste of production. Okay, since we have some of the new independent tribes, looks like we have a new civic to kind of interact with them, though I think that isn't too helpful, at least last time I checked. Let me see this here. Yeah. Cheaper unit industry cost or +1 combat strength on unit. I don't know, that could be good, though we are a bit low on influence right now. So I'll have to consider that. End turn. Okay, looks like Sidon converted to a new religion. Phoenician polytheism. Okay, so our religion is at least spreading somewhat. Can you see that here? Okay, so our religion is having an effect. Looks like the Myceneans have their own religion, so it's going to be curious to see just how this pans out. We are converting some of the nearby tribe from their animism to Phoenician polytheism, so curious. Okay, so now we have you here. Let's hopefully move you back over to the capital. I'm hoping the independent tribe kind of moved away, though I didn't see them specifically start to move. And then one of the interesting things is that sometimes independent tribes will storm into your outpost and start burning cities, or just like territorial markers like this one, like Al-Ghaidi. So we do have to be very, very cautious in kind of dealing with them, because they are a bit uncivilized and uncultured. Okay, so this, I guess this region would be next, kind of on the map. Looks like we have some kind of interesting border with this island over here. Okay, BYBLOS is getting another population. Okay, era star unlocked. And so we're just rapidly progressing. Though I do want to use my ability and start making use of it. So let's just go over here and... Can we plop something down on the silk? We can. So let's just buy that there with the era star. Or we got an era star from that. So now we have our new luxury here, and we have used our ability. And then we're going to have to earn some more money to use it. So for the specific mechanics here, sometimes you'll use things depending on your affinity. So for merchant, I have to earn a specific amount of gold before I get the free extractors. But for agrarian, and I believe their unique bonus is Mother's Milk. Basically what Mother's Milk does is it grants extra population to you, and then you get some extra food from that, which is very, very helpful for agrarians. So let's go ahead and I think I'll move you back if I can skate by these guys. Looks like they're still kind of stalling over here, which is very, very rude. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove these guys. I don't know why the hell they're blocking me, but that is going to be extremely, extremely annoying to deal with. So much so, in fact, I think I'll cancel this bireme. You're not kind of cock blocked by later eras. Kind of like with unique districts, you can always build your unique units as far as I know. But I will build, I think, some archers since we don't have any range support here. Okay, let's go ahead and get bronze working. I think we do need some copper. And then you also get some fortifications like the watchtower and the spearmen, which are hounding us outside. Okay, there's another bear. Alright, well, screw you. I wanted to go in that direction anyway, buddy. Alright. Okay, so the Algady, thank you. Outpost is fine. Curiosities are fine. And I think I'll just continue sending you back here. Hopefully we can try to mount some kind of offense against this this unit troop over here, and then perhaps we'll call it an episode for today. Okay, let's go over here and collect this curiosity. And I think, I don't know if these guys are upgrading warriors or what, but it's very, very curious. I think I'll just continue moving you. Okay, you're already doing that. Back over there to the capital. Okay, so I don't know why you're not moving. Okay. So you already have your orders. I don't know if he's chosen his orders yet, but okay, there we go. Okay, and we have another event, a very eventful episode. With the Empire thriving, a new game hailing from a foreign land beguiles the population. Everywhere you go, the distinctive game board and pieces catching your eye. Insisting on a public demonstration, you play the game under instruction in your palace court. But the event has a sting in the tail. The game is reckoned to be a form of divination as well as entertainment. Gasps could be heard as the game's prophecies became clear. You are fated to lose everything. Okay, I hate prophecies. So boring. Let's go ahead. Okay, and I eventually lose. Alright, let me take a sip of water. You know, we have a ton of gold, so we just pay these guys off, even if they're being a bit of dicks. I don't know why we can't just stomp in and kill them all, but I guess we are a bit cosmopolitan here. Okay, so we have bronze working. I'm loving the art, by the way, and we've discovered Ha Long Bay. I'm getting Civ 6 flashbacks. Very, very pretty. Okay, it looks like we've even discovered another empire here. Very, very... How did we even discover these people? It looks like they must have sent some kind of vessel over here to discover these independent people. Or perhaps they have some kind of contract with the independent people, because I don't remember seeing them. Though perhaps this independent landmass over here is not so independent, and it's like kind of connected to the northern parts of land we see over to the top there. So very, very interesting developments. Okay, station here. And then I do want to send... Okay, you're going over there. And then you are also moving over here. Please join these people. Okay, and then we should have 3 units. And then with the archer, we should be good to go. Let's auto-explore with you. And we have another event. Keepers of the Creed. Man, very, very eventful. I believe this is deciding who is going to be... Okay, progress. Who's going to be... Okay, interesting. Both are tradition. We're just basically going to be deciding who leads our faith. So an unexpected rivalry has erupted between 2 temples in Sidon, each representing a different sect of Phoenician polytheism. One temple argues that religious matters should be left in the hands of dispassionate men, while the other contends that only women, with their capacity for nurturing life, possess the necessary understanding for these affairs. Okay, and curiously, this is actually happening in a new settlement, so things are apparently up and running sooner than we initially thought. Let's go ahead and go with all, since we're just going to be a great equalizer here. And we're not going to cause any controversy, I don't think, at least in so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy that out. We're going to get some new food, and then that's going to help us kind of spring rocket ahead. Let's go ahead and put another guy there, so 5 turns for a new pop. And then I think after we're done with that, we'll leave like 1 guy on the food, and just hopefully create like 5 people to sustain the city over there as we start to work it. And you'll also notice we have a city cap of 2, so we have to be very careful. Once we start to go over that, I believe cities start to lose population. So unlike Civ 6, you can't go buck wild and start spamming cities across the continent. You have to actually be mindful. Speaking of being mindful, let's go ahead and choose... Interesting. Our next civic, we can see our civics here. Okay, we also have organized warfare. Okay, I'm kind of a bit tempted to choose either writing or organized warfare. House of Scribes could be good for extra science and some research slots. Though I think roads might be useful because we do have kind of a large empire. It's very long, horizontally speaking, so it's going to be a bit hard to traverse between these territories. So I think it might be a good idea just to kind of hold out and get roads just so we can traverse our empire easily. All right. Algaty converted to a religion. What is that? Okay, so they've started converting to Phoenician polytheism. So it's going to be curious to see just how we kind of interact with these two cultures. And then it looks like animism in the north is holding out fairly strong. Okay, let's go ahead and move to here. End our turn. And they haven't met any challenges yet. Okay, I just say that as we encounter some spearmen. That might be a bit of an issue. We might have to circle back, unfortunately. All right. Oh, well. And then this guy is just moving through the forest. He's having a bit of trouble kind of navigating through here. All right. Let's get an arrow star. There we go. Okay, 5 arrow stars already. And I want to fight these guys before I actually end the episode. So let's just quickly try to get some kind of archer here. I think 270 gold is fine. That'll be done in 3 turns. And then you do have to be mindful with the military. I think I mentioned earlier, you can have a lot of trouble. Just okay, he attacked me apparently. Man, people are dicks in this game. But you do have to be mindful of your population, especially with lower population places like BYBLOS, our capital. Let's end our turn. And I think we'll station you over here and try to see if the independent tribe... Okay, they are still parked there, unfortunately. And they're immediately attacking us. That is a bit annoying. Oh my god. Okay. Let's move over here. Grab this real quick before we move back down. And then move over to... Actually, crap. I don't want you moving there. Damn it. Alright, I accidentally clicked on that. We cannot travel through there, so just move... Okay, we have some sloped terrain. Move over there. Thank you. Okay, and you're moving over there. So we can meet up with this guy fairly soon. Let's go ahead and do that, and then meet up over here. Alright, great. Okay, and then after this, I think... Okay, he retreated back to the city. I'll continue kind of garrisoning out here. Okay, the last of their line, if this is the unit quest. Alright, so apparently Sidon has adopted, like, castration. It's a very, very odd city. Probably shouldn't have founded one so far away. It looks like we have quite a few odd traditions developing here. But we can basically accept the eunuch practice. We can put forced labor down, or we can lock them down. I do kind of like the extra labor bonus, even if we are low on stability. That's not going to be too big of a punishment. I do like that extra production, which we will need. So let's go ahead and buy this Maker's Quarter out. And then after that, I think it's a good idea to get some kind of fishmonger, some kind of fishery, and then also possibly some defense like a watchtower. There we go. Or at least some more vision for our area here. Okay, let's move you over here. Combine forces. And after that, I think we'll move down here and start to kick these barbarians in the ass. Okay, volunteers. Okay, and we got another warrior. So apparently we are piling up warriors. I might end up sacrificing this guy. Because I already have a ton of warriors. I might end up sacrificing this guy to Sidon. But it is nice for getting so many volunteers that want to help us with our crusade. So, I think we'll go with possibly a Byreme next. We are low on population here. So let me just shift the guy from the money over here to growing the population real quick. And then I also want to, okay, we can get finally some food from the adjacent farms over here. So at least we have something to work. Though after that, let's go ahead and get a fishmonger for some money and then possibly a watchtower so we can actually see what these guys over here are doing. Okay, Harappans. Apparently you've chosen the Celts, which actually kind of pisses me off because I was wanting to choose the Celts for extra growth. But apparently they did beat us over there. So let's move you over to the province of Sidon. And then I do want to start moving my troops over. Hopefully move my troops over to here. So there we go. Okay, and then this guy's taking a bit. Okay, that's actually the scout. Where's the other guy? Okay, he's over here. So let's move over possibly to this province. And I wonder if 3 warriors will be enough to take these guys out. Alright, culture chosen, Carthaginian. So we are a bit far behind. Okay, we can choose Stonehenge or the Temple of Artemis. I think we'll choose Stonehenge for the food. Go ahead and claim that. And we are 2 era stars behind, so we do have to start focusing on things. I think we might want to start capitalizing on our influence. And then possibly owning another territory for some expansion of stars if we can. Okay. Move over here. Let's move you up here, actually. Get out of harm's way. And then I'm going to start moving my archer over to the east. Okay, actually, he's already attacking me. God, these guys are aggressive. Okay, retreat from here. God. I tell you, it's a man-eat-man world. Okay. So we did get an aesthete star, so we are 1 star away from ascending. Looks like someone has found a wonder. Okay, and we have a trade route that has been blocked. So we do really have to take care of these guys. They're really managing to piss me off quite efficiently. It's kind of funny just how quickly they've drawn my ire. All right, let's move you down here. We do want to finally attack these guys, and then I'll actually end the episode. So let's move over here. And I think we'll station here, and then hopefully next turn we can actually start kicking these guys in the ass. Grab irrigation. And apparently someone has chosen the Maya. God, these guys are snagging up all the cultures. Okay, we have to be very, very quick. Okay, so I think we'll start attacking these guys soon. And then let's move our archer over for reinforcements. Okay, apparently there's 4 of them. Damn. And we're kind of outnumbered and outgunned. Okay, let's move over here. End our turn. And hopefully we can move you over here. Okay. And let's also quickly put down an outpost before these guys get any funny ideas. Because I'm afraid the independent tribes will start actually claiming regions. So I think it's a good idea possibly to put something down here. And then, yeah, just build on afterwards. Okay, we'll keep this outpost down here so people don't start actually building over us, and then you can start attacking these guys. Okay, independent people. Hire an army, assimilate. Okay, I don't care about them just yet. I actually care about enacting some mercenary armies. Not actually, I misspoke. Getting cheaper unit industry costs for the so we can pump out some more troops. And then next turn we can actually, I've been delaying this. Next turn we can actually fight these guys. All right. So let's go ahead and move our guys over here. And then we can actually go ahead and fight. Okay, and we can actually transcend. So let's go ahead and fight these guys over here. And duke it out. I'll go with a manual battle. This is our first actual battle of the series. And we should be good. Let me actually move you over here. And then that'll kind of seal off the archer from any attack. Okay, so you're stationed over here. I think we'll stay on the high ground. Move you over here. Move you over here. And then wait for these guys to foolishly attack us. Okay, there we go. I also got to take a screenshot because this looks fairly impressive. Okay, there we go. Alright, just gotta get some of that epic scenery there. Alright, let's go ahead and start pelting these guys with a barrage of arrows from our archers. Not gonna do too much. They haven't faced too much combat yet, but they are dedicated. We're also gonna get their spearmen over here. Take this guy out. And thanks to the high ground, we are doing a ton of damage. Yeah, so much so that we've already killed that guy. Okay, let's enter around. And actually, we killed both of them. I didn't even see that. So we've actually wiped out the barbarians, surprisingly. And I think I'll probably call that for today's episode, since we've managed to expand our territory by something like 3 outposts, and we even founded a city. So I would consider that fairly successful. However, if you guys did like the episode, please let me know by leaving a like and subscribing. A bit faster paced this time, but next episode we will be ascending to the classical era. And also let me know if you want to see any new cultures, what you want to see. We do have a fairly limited pick this time. Some of my favorite cultures have already been picked, so we will have to be a bit careful here. Though I have to say the Persians do look interesting. +2 cities, and then also +1 influence and +5 money with the satrap's palace would function pretty well with some of our havens here. So that's probably going to be my pick. I'll have to see. If you guys have any suggestions, though, please let me know. And I hope to see you guys later. All right, love you guys. Peace.